How you doing? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Today I'm doing a special video for one of my subscribers, Gary Jacobs. He lives in the UK, and he asked me a question about if I could do a comparison between the old and new Voyagers and the old and new Recon 1's. So that's what we got here today. We got my new Voyager, my old Voyager, my old Recon 1, and my new Recon 1. We're going to do a comparison. Let's read the specs on them really quick. The old Recon 1 specs. Extra large 5.5 inch blade, XL Recon 1. Weight 8 ounces, thickness 4 millimeters, handle is 6 3/4 inches, overall it's 12 1/4 inches. All the Recon 1s have CTS-XHP blades and G10 handles, except for the micro Recon 1s, which have an Oz 8 Tough X coated blade and a G10 style Grip X handle. Now for the extra large Voyager. Extra large Voyager is supposed to weigh 7.2 ounces. We know it's heavier than that. Thickness is 4 millimeter. Blade is 5.5 inches. Handle is 6 3/4 inches. Overall length is 12 1/4 inches. So the length and size of the handle and size of the blade are exactly the same as the Recon 1 XL. They have stone wash finish. And these have the BD1, CTS BD1 blade alloy. So that's the specs for this one. This one is a little bit different. It has an Oz 8 blade, the old one. I'm going to show you this real quick. This is my old Recon 1. It doesn't have the black finish on it no more. I took it off because I didn't like the black finish. It started to wear off and I didn't like the way it looked. I carried this knife a lot when I got it. It has a nice stonewash finish underneath the Teflon coated finish. And the way I removed it, just to let everybody know what I use, is this right here. Clean stripper. You can get at Lowe's or Home Depot in the United States. I don't know if they have this product in the UK or not. But this is what I use, and you get it at Home Depot or Lowe's. I got it at Home Depot. And all what you do is you spray that onto the blade. You completely take apart the knife, and take apart separate all the parts, and put them in like a glass container or something like that, and then you spray them. You spray them heavily with the clean stripper, and then you let it sit for like up to about 45 minutes or so. And then all the paint, all the Teflon coating will bubble up on this, and then you take a popsicle stick and just lightly scrape it off. It'll come off real easily. You don't sand, you don't use metal against metal because that will scar up this blade or anything like that. Just use a wooden popsicle stick, so you don't damage the blade finish at all. And it reveals a nice stone wash finish. I hope you guys can see that. That's the way I take the coating off of the all these old blades with the Teflon finish, because I don't like the old Teflon finish. But I do like the stone wash finish. I think it's real beautiful. It makes the blade really desirable to me. Okay, now that we said that, let's talk about the blades. Okay, the major differences between the Recon 1 series and the Voyager series: number one, they have G10. Number two, the blades are a little bit wider. The width of the Recon 1 is a little bit wider than the blade of the Voyager. Number three, the handles are different. The handle shape is different. Personally, I like the Voyager handle better. It fits my hand better. It's better in the rear grip. Because of this right here. When you're in the rear grip, it really holds your hand in place. Your hand's not going to slide off the back of it. And the finger grooves work fine for your rear two fingers. So you have nice extension on the blade. So it makes your blade longer. As opposed to the Recon 1 grip. Recon 1 grip, you can grip it like that also, but it doesn't feel as secure. It feels like you could slide off the back of it. Especially if you're doing like a snap cut or something like that. And so the way I like to hold the Recon 1 is in the forward grip. So that gives you less reach. Let's compare the reaches. If I'm in the rear grip, a nice secure rear grip where I can snap cut. Can you see the difference in the reach that gives you with the Voyager? That's the reason why I like the Voyager a little bit better for a defensive blade. Because the width of the blade, let me see if I can show you the width. See how the Recon 1 extends out a little bit further on the bottom? Because it's a wider blade. The blades are exactly the same length though. So now if I put the Recon 1 on top of the Voyager, you don't see the Voyager. Whereas I do it the other way, there you go. You can see it sticking out a little bit out the bottom. Is that important in a self-defense knife? I don't think so. I think what's important is the reach and how well, you know, grip that you have on the knife's handle or whatever. But I do like the way G10 feels over the plastic feeling Griv X. I do like the way it feels over the plastic feeling the Griv X. Also, G10 is a lot tougher than Griv X. I mean, physically, it's a lot tougher. That's the reason why I don't put steel liners or aluminum liners in the G10, the thick G10 handles, because they don't need them. Because G10 is so tough, especially when it's real thick. Okay, let's weigh them and see what the difference is. Okay. These are supposed to weigh 8 ounces. These are supposed to weigh 7.2 ounces, right? According to the book. Okay, let's weigh the BD1 one, since that's what the book was talking about. That's when those were out. BD1. 7.9 ounces. So basically about 8 ounces, 7.9 ounces. .1 ounces for the Recon 1. So it's they're basically about the same weight, but this one's slightly heavier. And it's probably might have something to do with the width of the blade, making that little bit of a difference. That's the way the old ones. Those were the new models. This is the BD1, and this was the CTS-XHP one. This one right here is the Oz 8 version. 8 ounces. The Oz 8 weighs a little bit more. Why that is, I don't know. Maybe Oz 8 is a little bit denser or something, I don't know. As opposed to the American steels. This is Oz 8 also. That weighs 8.3. So it's heavier than the CTS blade. Anybody know the reason why for that? Please let me know. Is Oz 8 heavier? Is it heavier steel than CTS BD1 or CTS-XHP? Because these blades, the dimensions are exactly the same. And the knives the dimensions are exactly the same. So it makes me think that the Oz 8 steel is a Japanese steel, is a heavier steel than the American steels. The carpenter steels, alloys or whatever. But anyway, that's about it. They're all great blades. I highly recommend any of these. But, you know, one factor also to consider is that these cost like half as much as these. And so when we talk about, you know, getting things confiscated or whatever, I'd rather get one of these confiscated than get one of these confiscated, because this will be a big loss of money. These aren't cheap. These are, you can get these from, anywhere from, I don't know, I paid $55 for the new one I just bought. And so I see them go as high as maybe about $80 or something like that on the high end. These right here you might get for like the old Oz 8 ones, you might get for like $40 or so. This one right here is the Oz 8 one. I see them going for like around $70, $70, $80. And the new ones of these can cost anywhere from $100 to $200, depending on where you buy them from. So I know in UK and Europe, all these things cost a lot more. But in the United States, you can get them fairly cheap, except for the Recons. The Recons are fairly expensive still. But the Voyagers, if you wait for it, when Cold Steel has sales, or the retailers online have sales like Knife Center or Midway USA, or you can go on eBay. If you really know what you're doing, though, always be careful of counterfeits on eBay or Amazon. Amazon has a lot of counterfeiters too. That's the reason why I tend to like to buy from a certified and authorized Cold Steel dealer like Knife Center or Midway USA, because you're getting an actual Cold Steel product. And sometimes Cold Steel themselves, like if you go to Special Project website, they'll have these things on sale too, like especially when they're clearing something out for something new, like they're doing with the Tau Wars and the holdouts right now. They're selling those fairly cheap. But my advice is, the ones I prefer over the other, I like the Voyagers to carry, for actual carry knives, because they're a lot less expensive. So if I get one confiscated or if I get one damaged or something like that, they're easier for me to replace. I like these too, though, and I've carried this one. This one right here got carried a lot. This one only got carried a couple times, and I didn't end up carrying it because I didn't like the way the OD green showed up in my pocket. People were always noticing, oh, let me see that. I don't like that. I don't like people to notice what's in my pocket. I like the black handles. I know for 2017 they're not going to be making that many black handled knives, and they're going to be making a lot of them in different colors and stuff like that. And that's cool, because I know people want variety and different colors and stuff. But for actual carry, if you don't want people to know what you have in your pocket and you want to carry something concealed, the black handles with the black clips work better. All these have black clips. When you have a shiny clip, people notice that real quick. I don't like the shiny clips. I know a lot of people don't like these because these get worn out looking after a while, but you always can repaint something. But I like the black clips because a shiny clip will show up inside your pocket. And like when you have a handle that has a different color than black, as you can see right here, the green shows. Even though it's a dark OD green, it's a real beautiful handle, real beautiful color. I'm a ex-military U.S. Army person myself, so I love the OD green. That's the reason why I got these. I got several knives in OD green, and I thought I was going to carry them, and I ended up not carrying them, and now they're just in my collection pile. I keep in the safe, and knife rolls. But I found out I like the black handles for knives I actually plan on carrying. If it's just going to be a knife I'm going to collect, it doesn't matter. But if it's going to be a knife that I'm actually going to use and carry, I want it to be able to be concealed. In California, where I live, you're allowed to have any size knife, except for like in most of the major city areas, as long as it's concealed. So if something's visible, I don't know if that's considered concealed anymore. So I think, having something that you can really conceal is important. At least it is to me. But anyway, that's this video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this answered your question, Gary. Peace out. Stiletto.